Okay, so I know I'm going to have to get you guys moving, okay? You guys are a bit stiff today. All right, so when I say heard, you guys are going to say? Heard. When I say heard, you're going to say? Heard. And if something I say touches you, if you feel like, I want you to start clicking. Even if I'm talking, I want you to click. Some of you who are in the poetry world, you know that that's what we do. When we're feeling it, we go, yes. Yeah? So if something resonates, I want you to, yes, get those fingers moving. Oh, yes, 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 yes. If something really touches you, I want you to do that, because there's something that happens when you are active in your learning experience. It enters your neurology at another level. It's not just one of those, mashallah, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. It's dynamic. And you move towards different change. Alright, so let's get into today. How many of you ladies were prepared for motherhood? I want a show of hands. Like, full out, yes, bring it. I am ready. No one's hands. Okay. How many of you read parenting books before you had a kid? Okay. It didn't prepare you, right? Okay. How many of you knew that you were entering into motherhood with scars? And I'm not talking about the C-section and the tear down there. I'm talking about scars. How many of you knew that you were entering into motherhood with scars? And how many of you were aware that this impact those scars would have on your children? Very few. We don't talk about this. I want to talk about healing today. Most people, when we're thinking about healing, we think it has to be from something traumatic, you know, like something that really knocks someone down. But do you know what it means to heal? Healing is actually the act of purifying, of mending, to make healthy, to make whole. What you don't realize is that you entered into motherhood as a woman who is broken. And now when I say broken, some of you are like, but no, I was alright, you know. I was okay, I was feeling good about myself. But what does it mean to be broken? Because again, when we think of someone who's broken, we think they're like lying on the floor, half dead, like, oh, my life is finished. But that's not what it means to be broken. To be broken is actually to be disconnected or to be fractured. So if you as a woman went into motherhood fractured, not in pieces, but even fractured, you, my love, were broken. You entered into this journey of nurturing another human being without being whole. So then what's going to happen to your motherhood journey? Your motherhood journey is a fractured, disconnected journey. And you raise children who are as fractured and as disconnected as you. So when we're talking about childhood issues, oh, my child doesn't listen, or my child is like this, X, Y, Z, it ain't about them. It's about you. It always was, and it always will be. So when I'm talking to mums, and I love our ladies, our sisters who came to really come and tell us how to communicate effectively. You know, that is important as well as we fixing ourselves. And I love that the focus was actually not on the child, but it was on the mother, on the person that you see in your reflection. So the importance of healing is that if you do not heal, if you do not become whole, if you do not become a woman who is healthy and sound within herself, you are going to pass that on to your children, knowingly or unknowingly. They will feel it. They will see it. You will have days where you are just, you're snapping at them. And you know it ain't them. They didn't do anything. All they did was not go to bed, or they just asked you a question and you're barking at your kid and you look at your child and they're shrinking in front of you from fear. Because you have something, you are a woman who is not whole. Now I want us to, when I told people that I'm coming today, I actually told them, look, listen, just bring some tissues in it. Because I'm not about just softening. I want you to really face the fact that you are broken. And what are some of the things that's broken within you? One is your perception of yourself. The way you see yourself. How many of you, raise of hands, how many of you would say that you have an inner voice that tells you you're not good enough? Look at that. How does a mother who is not good enough show up to her children? How does a woman who does not see herself as worthy show up to the very human beings who are looking to her to nurture them? If you don't feel you are good enough, guess what your children are going to think of you? So how they treat you is merely a projection of how you treat yourself in your mind. What you are seeing from them is only what is within you. So if you actually want to see your children's behavior change, it starts with you. My eldest is 16. We have had the most tumultuous relationship. And I was saying that if this was a mixed gathering, he could probably come and say, hey, let me tell you about my mom. He bore the greatest weight of me being broken. He bore I saw before me an angry boy. And I looked at him one day and I thought, I created that. I created that. I created his angry outbursts. I created his isolation in his room. I created him being disrespectful to his teachers. I created that. Because I had issues that I passed on to my kid. Not intentionally, but totally unintentionally. And that's because I didn't see myself as good enough. I actually didn't like myself very much, if I was really honest with you. And so, that's the first thing that's broken, how you see yourself. And some women, they don't even know themselves. They don't know who the hell they are. If I were to ask you ladies, just to think, if you took off your label mom, wife, daughter, daughter-in-law, sister, niece, who are you without those labels? Who are you? And I can bet the majority of you can't even answer that question. And don't tell me slave of Allah, that's a lazy answer. Okay, I knew that one was coming. Yeah, I'm just a slave for Allah. Yeah, that's the textbook answer. We revised that. We know that one. Okay, take that one off too. Who are you? You don't know. And so, how is a woman who doesn't know herself showing up to her children? She's showing up frustrated. She's showing up passive aggressive. She's showing up. She doesn't like them touching her. My eldest daughter is there. I used to shudder when she touched me. I say, Ramesa, get off me. Because she is a reflection of who I truly am, and I hate it. And so I had to fix my perception of myself in order to establish a relationship with my daughter. And she could probably tell you quite a few things about me. Right, Ruth? But I knew that the problems started with me, my perception of myself. So your perception of yourself. Another thing that's broken is the fact that you actually lost yourself. In your responsibility as a mom, you don't know actually who you are. So when you were saying that some mums, they live through their kids, it's because they don't know who the hell they are without the kids. To the point that the kids go away, they're like, oh my God, I need some me time, I need some me time, I need some me time, I need some time for myself. The kids go away, yeah? And what are you doing? You're twiddling your thumbs. Because you don't know who you are. And then you need them back, right? Because you don't know who you are without them. If you are in that position, you want to fix up now. Because your children are going to leave. And you're going to be on your own. They're not going to need you as much as they need you now. And so what are you going to do then? When you lose yourself, you show up as a woman who's lost. And that's when you have controlling issues. You want to control every single thing because that's the one thing you feel like you have a hold on because you don't have a hold on yourself. Another thing that's broken is unspoken trauma. Many of us have been through life experiences. Some of us have been through experiences that we never want even our children to even know about. Myself included. Right? And we carry the trauma of those experiences with us and expect our mothering journey to be okay. How is a woman who is deep in her trauma going to be the wholesome, loving, caring, present for her children when sometimes she doesn't even like to be present for herself? I have had ladies, some of my clients, who will say, I don't even want a moment of silence when I'm in solitude because it makes me have to face myself and the reality of who I am and how I am right now. If you could resonate with any of these things, ladies, know that you are broken. Does that mean that, there's no hope for you? No. Because I'm a living example of a woman who, Allah Musta'an, I wasn't in a good place. But alhamdulillah, I took the journey and I faced myself. And I want to just share with you the things that you need to do to move forward. The first thing, you need to get real, okay? Some of you are living in denial, let's just be real. Some of you say things like, oh, it's not that bad, Look, no, it's bad. It's bad, hella bad. Some of you say, well, the sisters in Palestine have got it worse than me. Oh, she's like, yes, I said that. Yeah? They've got it worse than me. I shouldn't even be complaining. And so because you say that you shouldn't be complaining, you soften your problem, you make it out like it's not a big deal. What if you actually realize that it is a big deal? That if you want to carry on as you are going to have children who actually don't want to spend time with you, who are emotionally disconnected from you, who only maybe call you on Eid because that's what they have to do. Would you say that it's bad enough? Would you say it's bad enough then? So would you have to wait? Or is it a time to actually face the facts and get real and be honest and say, things are really, really bad. And they're bad enough. The second thing is to take ownership. So some of you are like, well, it's the husband, he doesn't let me do this, or he or I don't have time, or the weather, or listen. If you keep putting blame on someone else and everything else, you're not going to experience change. You need to take ownership of the fact that you have a role to play in how your life is currently playing out. You have a role. So what you're seeing outside of you is as a result of what's going on inside of you. What you're feeling outside of you is as a result of what's going on inside of you. So take ownership. And it doesn't mean to blame. This is something I teach my clients, right? Blaming and responsibility are two different things. Taking responsibility for your mess is very different from chopping yourself down and saying that you're trash. Saying, actually, do you know what? I messed up. I should not have spoken to my kid like that. It's very different from, oh my God, you're such a terrible mum. Now your child is going to need therapy when they will grow up. And that's blame. Blame doesn't get you anywhere. But taking responsibility and taking ownership moves you towards change. The third thing is to go deeper than the things that you're doing. This is something that I advocate because most sisters that I see, when they want to change, they just change the things that they're doing. But we are human beings. We're not human doings. We are human beings. So that means we need to look at the woman that we are being. Who is it that I am being? What are the beliefs that I hold? Where is my self-esteem? Where is really getting beneath your actions? Because you can just change your behavior. But what I say to the clients is that that's just like putting a band-aid on a wound and hoping that it'll be all right. If you want change, babies, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. It's not going to be a walk in the park. You're going to have to face yourself. You might not like it, but you're going to have to face yourself. And that's where your change and your transformation comes from being real. Okay? And the next thing, you have to invest in your change. And I tell ladies, for some people, I spoke to a sister earlier, for some people it's like, oh my God, but I have to do this and I don't have time and I don't, let's stop. Because if a doctor said, your child is dying and we have 24 hours to get you only have 24 hours to get what you need, to do what you need to do in order for you to save your child's life. Are you going to tell me that you don't have time, you don't have this, you don't have that, or you're going to get off your behind and move? You're going to get off behind, you're going to find a way, you're going to do what you need to do because that thing matters to you. So imagine if you had that same level of determination in changing your life. What would happen? Your life would change very, very quickly. And I hear people say, well, I'm like 45 years old. This is just how I am. Okay, carry on. See how that story works out for you. Right? Okay. Or are you going to be like one lady that I spoke with in 1 hour, and she had a realization that she didn't have in 18 years of therapy? You choose. But it's about you showing up. It's about you taking the time, doing what you need to do, and making those choices to change, because no one can do it for you. No one can do the work for you. Right? And I today when I came here, I didn't know that I would have the opportunity to meet one of the ladies who worked with me for 8 weeks. She actually surprised me. I was like, no! She worked with me for 8 weeks. And I don't want to talk about her journey and how she transformed. I actually would love to invite her to tell you how she transformed her life. In 8 weeks. Would you come and give us the honors of sharing your story, please? Come and share it on the stage. Come here. Come listen.
Thank you so much. I would never have sat here before. Nice to meet you all, sisters. Really happy to be here and happy to meet LaYinka for the first time. Right, I'm going to fast read a message from a friend, and this is very important to me because it's only just been sent to me like a few days ago, and then I'll open up a little bit. She sent me a message. She hasn't seen me in a while, and she said, "Strong women aren't simply born; they're made of storms they walk through." So she knows what I've been through, and it's made me who I am today. I had labels on myself. I put them on myself, and thought everybody thought of, all these things about me. And until I healed myself as a mum, as a wife, as a sister, as a child, I found myself, and I'm enjoying life. That's all I can say. That I'm healed. I don't have labels. I've centered myself with Allah, but I would never have done it without this lady. I can say that I'm the happiest woman ever. I've had a brilliant journey of finding myself, and I'm much happier, much lighter. I think I'm a brilliant mom now, and I pretty much think I could go through anything with what I have inside my heart. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So some of you are like, okay, so what did you do to her? I didn't do anything. But I helped her go on a journey where the first thing she needed to do was reconnect with herself and reconnect with who she really is. The woman who Allah created her to be. That woman. Not the woman who was defined by her domestic issues, or the woman who was defined by how she was raised, but the woman Allah said, "Kun," and is here. So that was the first part of the journey, to actually reconnect with herself. The second part was to then get into the driving seat of the thoughts and the emotions. Most of us, if we're honest, are in the passenger seat of our thoughts and emotions. So how we think and how we feel are actually driving the results that we're seeing in our lives. You're not having a good day, so now the whole day is ruined. You chose that. You don't feel good today, so the whole day is ruined. You chose that. You chose for how you feel to define how your day is going to be. So that's the second part of the journey.
Nothing can ever change your life. You have to change yourself.
Yeah.
For everything around you to change.
Yeah.
And that was my only realization with the whole journey. That Layla had to change internally.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do that myself. And I couldn't see until I put a mirror inside myself. And I could never have looked at that mirror inside myself.
Yeah. And the third part was to help her to rise in confidence. And it's interesting because Layla is a nurse, right? So she's not just at home wondering like, oh my God, what do I do in my life, She's actually out there interacting with people, but you wouldn't have known that inside she had very, very low self-esteem. It was all a facade, Like, yeah, I'm confident. So that was the second thing, to actually help her to really rise in confidence and then to really show up for her children, for her family, as Allah created her to be. And it has been fabulous. So the program itself is 8 weeks, okay? We take you on, I say it's not comfortable, okay, because you have to face yourself. Some truths, you're just like, no. I've had ladies who are on the program who say, I watched the first module video, LaYinka, and I had to close my laptop and walk away. Because You know those ones where there are no words? That's how we the first 2 weeks, yes, I bring it, yeah? And so we take you on an 8-week journey that is set with modules, so you can do it from home, you don't need to go anywhere. And you work with me alongside other ladies in the program to go from being this mom who's lost, who doesn't know herself, who doesn't like herself, to a woman who actually fully is embracing her self-worth, knows that she is worthy, and acts in accordance to that worth that Allah has given her. Okay? Now, some of you may be interested in working with me and going on the journey. So what I have done, I have set up a table at the back. If you're interested, let's do it. Don't cut the story, let's do it today. Let's get you started today so that you can embark on the journey today. And I didn't know Layla was going to be here today, so that was just like, subhanAllah. But if you want Layla's results more, because some of the benefits that she got from the program, my team and I didn't even plan them, you know? Like, what? You were doing what? Then talk to me at the back, inshallah, and I'll be more than happy to get you started, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu